You're live. Okay. I don't know if anybody can see me. Testing. Testing. Is this thing on? This is the Resistance channel. Okay? I'm broadcasting from an underground bunker, letting you know that TJ's insurrection will not go unpunished. The Resistance is watching, and the Resistance never forgets. The Resistance never forgets. I'm going to wait for more members of the Resistance to show up. It takes time once I go live for them to do so. But then I'm going to give a speech to the people. The people must know. The people must be told what's going on. The people must know. The Resistance must live. It must survive. I'm going to puff on some weed too, because these are grave days. Any of the other members of the Resistance that have some weed, I recommend that you go get it and that you imbibe of it. You're gonna get smashed in my honor. Cool, dude. Have fun, bro. You're picking up in 2 hours? Okay, well then do it in 2 hours. I don't know how much 20 DKK are, so I don't know how much suck you can get, dude. You gotta put that in rubles or something that I can convert. Take a new direction. Turn DP into a noxious gas. Okay. I can do that. As you see, slowly but surely our numbers are growing. People are rejecting TJ's tyranny, rejecting his hostile takeover. And I think that the people that are here now should go and let TJ let him know that he will not divide us. Hashtag TJ will not divide us. I'll do my part. I will do my part, but TJ will not divide us. TJ will not divide us. You see? You see? So I'm gonna go over to the fucking computer, and I'm gonna go do my part, dude. Because I've got it open right over here. I've got his stream open, dude. And TJ will not divide us. I'm gonna let him know. I think everybody here should go let him know as well. Yep, TJ will not divide us, dude. TJ will not divide us. TJ will not divide us, dude. He will not. He will not. Fucking TJ. Fucking TJ, man. Dude, TJ is claiming that he wants to bring love and hugs and an embrace. He does not want these things. He's a liar. I don't know, dude. I can't tell. I can't tell if I'm crashing or not, dude. It says I've got a bad connection. It's like blinking. So I can't tell if you guys can see me or not, or hear me or not. I don't know, dude. I think YouTube really does freak out. Maybe I can do this. Maybe I can do this from the actual channel and get a different like ingestion server. Maybe the problem is that we're using the same YouTube, like, you know what I mean, ingestion server, and it's freaking it out as to which one it should. Because I'm watching his and it seems okay too. I don't know, dude. Fight the fucking power is all I have to say about it. I guess whatever happened got resolved, because now it looks like the connection's fine. Whatever, dude. Yeah, dude, I'm gonna go to his house and clip his internet, dude. Gonna snip his fucking internet. I'm gonna take my phone back over there where the weed is. Away from this usurper. This base defiler, unworthy of a noble death. His mere presence makes me ill. Ill. Grab Dynor on my way. Change the name of this channel. Will there be a new Paul's Ego channel in the future, or is this it? I'm working on a new channel. In fact, I can show you guys some of the shit. I did this on my stream last night, but I'll show you some of it here too. So this is some equipment that just came in for the new channel. An Audient 2-track audio interface for the mic. And like, I wish, like, anybody out there that's an audio dork, I wish you could feel this, like, this knob is just so nice. So this is going to be kind of the brains behind the new channel. And then I got this, which is the nicest microphone that I've ever owned for myself. It's an Electro Voice RE20 vocal performance mic. So singers, voice actors, etc., a lot of them use this mic right here. So that's, both of those are for the channel. I'm getting this is the little recording booth, the like little kind of sound dampening recording booth. Oh, I'll show you guys too. That's Boogie. So this is my little dog, Boogie, who passed away. I have a picture of her. And then this is a little statue we had made of her when she was still alive. And I have her collar on there. Some people think it's a little creepy, but I don't know. I like having Boogie watching over me up there. Yeah. Scotty is in TJ's stream. Oh, shit. TJ's doubling down now. He's bringing other personalities on to try and boost his recognition factor. Dude, now Ashley's live on Periscope? What the fuck? It's gone off the rails. My entire social circle is now streaming at the same time that I'm streaming. I kind of want to watch Ashley's. I miss my Ashley. I want my Ashley. Ashley's at work, so she can't. Scotty is talking shit about me? About me? I can't believe that. I can't believe that's true. You're sowing seeds of dissent, dude. You're sowing seeds of dissent. I didn't start the neck beard war, okay? I didn't fire the first shot in the neck beard civil war, okay? That wasn't me. You always feel drunk when you're watching my streams? That's interesting. Orshes to Orshes, endorsed to Dorst. It's getting out of control, dude. The or thing, like, it can really it can be added to anything. It's going a little off the rails at this point, though, isn't it? Everything is orn. Orshes to Orshes, endorsed to Dorst, dude. Okay. What's a Dorby? Oh, dude, I use Gorn all the time now. And I use Orn a lot, too. Just in my normal conversation, dude. I've got to remember when I go back to visit my family that most of them aren't going to know what Gorn even means, because I say it so much now. He will not devoured Ors. Gord, yeah. I say come on, Gord, all the time when shit is not working out. Like if I'm fixing something or I drop something, I'm like, fucking come on, Gord. I say it all the time. Dude, I don't need an update on TJ's booty chatter, dude. I ain't interested in TJ's booty chatter. And I don't believe Scotty was talking shit, so quit casting aspersions on my friend Scotty. He would never do such a thing. But TJ, I don't put it past him. Yeah, when I drop shit or something doesn't work out, I'm like, come on, Gord. Like, Scotty was not. He was not. Paul, it's time. You need to call Ben. The revolution has begun. It's time to usurp the neckbeard throne from TJ. I never sought the throne. It's TJ whose lust for power led him to create competing streams. Not I. I was happy being just a citizen like everyone else. But the crown is heavy. I do need Comrade Ben, huh? Comrade Ben would know what to do right away. He would know. I'm smoking on some of this Noble J47. I don't know how well you guys are going to be able to see it. This is what I've been smoking on recently. Got about half of what I purchased left in there. And it's pretty good. It's a sativa dominant hybrid, so it's pretty nice. Do a fart, Paul Zico. Do a fucking fart already. I will not. Dude, did TJ swat me? Has he gone to that depth? I don't have green eyes. I have blue eyes. But thank you. The eyeballs be blue. My mom has green eyes, though. So maybe there's a little bit of green in my eyeballs. It's funny, some people in here are starting shit. Yeah. People in here are just like giving me updates on every little thing TJ says. Whatever. Oh, fuck, dude. I hate this shit. I think it's the second time that I've had this happen on stream. So I've been like in the morning, like not mornings, but in the early parts of my day before I've eaten, I've been getting these waves of really intense nausea out of nowhere, just like boom. And it's not like, I don't feel like it gets me to the point where I'm gonna puke, but it's that really just kind of like sick, upset, like you ate something wrong kind of feeling. Ugh. I mean, maybe it is related to weed in some way. I don't know. That's a possibility that I'd have to consider, but I don't know. It's just not something that's ever happened in the past. Low blood sugar, maybe. I don't think so, though. I have no idea how one channel hosts multiple live streams, but this channel is doing it. It's doing it. Yeah, maybe I'm pregnant. Maybe. Oh, man, this sucks. Do a new segment called Deep Penetration. I have one called Balls Deep where I talk about deep shit. Ellie, yeah, if you want to, that would be awesome. And if you want to, like, if you could send it, like, I don't want you to have to do any extra work, but it's very nice of you to have done the one you've done, and I can use that one for sure. But if you want to put the other guys on the banner, that'd be cool too, or just memes from the show or something. You don't have to feature anybody really. It's nice to have that rebranded because that Paul's Ego banner that I have is pretty old, man. Somebody made that for me years and years and years ago. Am I bipolar? No, no. I've been to a lot of mental health professionals, and I've never been diagnosed as bipolar. I have a temper, for sure, and I tend to argue from an emotional place. Nothing like dead mouse. Oh yeah, dude. Paul is proclaiming his undying love for predators. What? Yeah, well, yeah, I mean, Paul and ball are pretty much synonymous now, aren't they? That's why I call it balls deep. Because people call me ball. So it has a double entendre, dude. You get it? Balls deep, like your balls deep in a chick. Balls deep, like ball is deep. You see? You see? I actually like the ball thing. I like that, like, that taunt from my childhood has turned into a thing in my adulthood, like a nickname and shit. I don't care. It doesn't bother me. I like it. So let's just do that. Change the filter over to documentary. And let's do balls deep. The deepest questions. The deepest. Only. No bullshit. No would you rathers. Just good content. Do you miss talking to your wife? Sometimes. When you're with somebody as long as I was with my ex-wife, you become friends with them. And that can be it can be a hard thing to have to give that up as well as the relationship. And not all relationship breakups are that way, but ours is. And that's the way it works. Dinor's sleeping right here, like right over my shoulder. Do I miss being ignorant? Not really. Do you have any weird plans for a funeral? I don't really have any weird plans. I want to be cremated for sure, and I don't want anybody keeping my ashes either. I'd like my ashes dumped in the ocean. But honestly, really, it doesn't really matter what happens to my body after I die. Those are my wishes, but how do you think this North Korea shit is going to end? I don't know, dude. It just seems like it's been escalating for a long time. I mean, North Korea does this shit where it ramps up tensions to try and get attention, and then it backs down, and it's kind of what North Korea does. It's how North Korea gets media attention onto it, and so that may be what's happening now, and this escalation that we're seeing may just fizzle out. But it is a scary place. People don't really understand how scary the DMZ is between North Korea and South Korea. How many soldiers are on either side of those? How many missiles are pointed in both directions? It's a very tense place. and it's politically unstable. South Korea is politically unstable right now due to the recent impeachment of President Park. And North Korea is just inherently politically unstable. So it's not fun, you know. What do I think about communism? I don't think it works. Pure communism. I think that maybe some ideas of communism can be taken and folded into some new ideology, but for me, communism is pretty much dead as an ideology because it relies too much on the altruism of human beings. And if I've learned anything, is that altruism needs to be enforced in a polite society. So, because, you know, there are just people who don't give a fuck. And those people can't be allowed to run roughshod over the people that do. I don't think communism is really a future goal. I think at this point, communism is kind of an anachronistic political idea that needs to be put on the shelf. I mean, certainly, like I said, we can examine communism and take pieces from it, maybe that work. But I think that we need to look at it for what it is. It's an old political idea that doesn't really have much basis in reality. Is Western culture superior to others? It's kind of a subjective assessment, isn't it? For me, there are certain things about Western culture that I value over the culture of other people. But that may be because I'm raised in a Western culture, born, raised, and have never really left. If I were born in an Eastern culture or a Middle Eastern culture, I would probably feel very different. So the answer to that question is a pretty subjective answer. Do you think that we'll ever travel outside of the solar system, or will we die out first? I think we'll die out first. What about when automation comes, though, Paul? If we leave capitalism as it is, people are going to starve because the 1% is going to let robots take over the jobs. So I want you to think about this. The 1% replaces all workers with robots, right? And now robots are making the Happy Meals, and robots are deep frying the chicken nuggets, and robots are making the brake pads, and robots are making the wine and the beer and the all the shit that's consumed by society is now made by robots, right? And those evil capitalists are like, yes, we don't have to pay our workers anymore. So now they've got robots making everything. Who's gonna buy the Happy Meal, and with what? Who's gonna buy the cheap shit at Walmart, and with what? You don't understand. These people know that they have to infuse money into the economy in order to extract money from the economy. If you fire every low-level unskilled worker in America, all of these companies would have nobody to sell things to, and they would go belly up. So automation can only replace things to a certain extent under our current economic system. Now, in a post-scarcity society, automation is your friend and not your enemy. In a capitalistic society, automation is your enemy and not your friend, usually. Unless you're talking about automation that eliminates the need for really dangerous jobs that shouldn't really be done by human beings. Did you ever give money to a church when you were a kid? We used to volunteer a lot of time at the Rescue Mission in Madera, California, which is a religious organization. And I've given money to that organization as an adult because the work that they do there for the homeless population in the area is really good. They teach them a trade, and they give them a place to stay, and it's a really nice place. So I'm willing to give to religiously tinged organizations locally if I can go and volunteer there and see the work that they're doing firsthand. If automation can replace manual labor jobs, can it replace management jobs? Well, no. And that's a good point. But AI would replace management jobs, certainly. If you could create an AI that was perfectly logical and knew how to balance human emotional decision making with business decision making to make the right decision constantly and to ensure that everything is taken care of and all the ducks are in a row, why would you ever want to hire a flawed human being to fill that position? Sure, AI is automation, but we're talking about kind of mechanized assembly line, robotic, job based automation. We're not talking about robots that can think and feel and, ponder deep questions. If we had that, we would probably have one of that, and everybody would have access to it. And that would be that. Any problem that you had, any question that you needed answered would be there. Any dispute you needed mediated would be done. When I say AI, let's just distinguish it, because you're right. They do have an artificial intelligence in terms of their programming. When I say AI, I mean a higher thinking machine. Okay? So just so we've defined our terms. A higher thinking machine, a machine that can think in the upper registers, a machine that isn't reliant on its programming, a machine that can learn and adapt. Now, there are machines that can do maybe one of those things, but not all of those things. And that's what I'm talking about when I talk about an AI. I'm talking about something indistinguishable from a mind. Court cases settled by an AI judge and jury, I mean, wouldn't they be better? Think about this. Would not an AI capable of infinite knowledge capacity, capable of infinite learning, given what's available for it to touch, couldn't it chew through the available evidence quicker, more efficiently, and with more precision than all these human experts and fallible cops and, you know what I mean? Would you not feel like you would get better justice from an artificial intelligence that looked at every scrap of every evidence and looked at the timeline and heard the testimony of the witnesses and was able to make a fully logical, rational decision based on all of the available facts? I think I would get a better, more fair trial in that case than I would get with a human judge and a human jury. Zachary, if you ask me to fucking dab one more time, I'm just going to block you. I'm going to dab the fucking screen and you're going to be gone. So stop asking. Okay, you asked again. Okay, maybe you hadn't heard my fucking warning yet. So I'm gonna charge that one to the game. But the next one, you're gone. Oh, fuck you, Lazy J. You're fucking out of here. I've read The God Delusion. It's a really good read, but there wasn't. I found that at the end of the day, there wasn't a lot in it that helped me understand the genesis of religion and the role that it plays in humanity more than I already did going in. And that was a little disappointing for me as a read, but it's, Dawkins he's got a great prose, so it's a good read, certainly. I don't want to dissuade you from it. I just didn't really enjoy it as much as I thought I would. I will be right back. Don't go nowhere. taking it, swear. All right. Well, TJ stream in the background. Paul's Ego stream on the grill. Moving on up to the east side. It's just that if the robots will be able to do everything, you wouldn't need people to buy shit. I mean, with 100 robot slaves, you will... Well, that's kind of the point, right? Is that, like, automation eventually should lead to something akin to a post-scarcity society. Now, under capitalism, it never will. Capitalism requires the exploitation of labor, the exploitation of purchasing power. Post-scarcity is the scariest idea that you could ever propose to somebody who's a capitalist. Because what you're telling a capitalist is the end of the way that you do things. Capitalism relies on scarcity. It thrives on it. What do I think of Marxism? I examined Marxism pretty closely. I think there's some good ideas to be had within Marxism, particularly about how any labor that needs human beings should be handled. But Marxism, of course, doesn't take into account automation. So, I mean, not really on the scale we're talking about. So once again, I put it kind of in the same boat I put communism. The ideas are intrinsically tied anyway. Do you think the economy will become more resource-based in the future with climate change being a thing? I don't think it's out of the question to imagine a resource-based economy kind of arising, but I don't think it's going to happen on anything that you or I will ever see. I mean, it's going to be a long time scale. The current way of doing things it's dug in like a tick, man. It's entrenched in the way people think, in the way people value themselves, and the way that people assess their own self-worth. When you ask people to say a nice thing about themselves, it's very common for that person to use the term, I'm a hard worker. Being somebody who's willing to absolutely bust their ass to make enough money to feed themselves is, that's something that people take pride in. And certainly they should be proud of that. I mean, working is a hard thing to do, but that's that's the mentality that we're fighting, right? Is this idea that, oh yeah, hard work is, busting your ass at back-breaking labor and shit is the way to go forward with life. So, TJ ended his stream. Well, that would explain why a bunch of people just showed up. Fight the power, dude. Fight the fucking power. Fight the tyranny of TJ. TJ stream is over. I guess Paul will do. Thanks, bro. How high am I? Pretty fucking high. To be here, I was here first and left because I thought the stream... Oh yeah, it did. We were doing pretty even for a while there, and then my stream shit out in a way that his didn't, and I had to restart it because it was just like, I think YouTube was just freaking the fuck out because it was like, why are there two streams coming into this channel at once? It's all good. It seemed to have figured it out, so... Clearly the functionality is there. TJ was begging. Oh, TJ. How high is the sky? I don't know, dude. Yeah, let's talk about TJ. TJ called me a faggot. That's pretty much, I thought, TJ the other day we were filling something out, right? And he's typing in my full name. And he types Paul Parkie, but he spells it Parkie. And I just thought he was like absent-mindedly typing and messed it up. And I was like, oh, dude, it's EY. And he was like, really? And I was like, and he goes, dude, I've been spelling your last name wrong for fucking like over a year. TJ doesn't even know my name. He thinks my name is Faggot, basically. That Faggot Paul. Do you believe that perhaps a total authoritarian global society is the only way to ensure? I certainly think that any far future governmental structure is going to have a strong authoritarian element to it. So yeah. I don't think that authoritarianism necessarily means the absolute dismantling of freedom of speech and expression. I think that those things can be enshrined and still have a governing body overseeing the behavior and distribution of goods and services to people. Why is communism considered evil by some people if the state provides welfare, health, and all the good things textbook theory states it should? Well, I mean, look, communism doesn't work as well as it does on paper in actual practice. And the problem, I think, is that, it allows for too much government corruption. So when these other communist regimes, like look at China right now, it's a perfect example. Their communism is a total hypocrisy there. And, they've kind of accepted this kind of middle way between capitalism and communism. It's all very subject to the lies and manipulations of the people who are in power. And a lot of the people, Russia is another good example of a communist government that has completely flipped on its head. Stalin is one that's brought up in anti-communist arguments a lot, but really, Stalin's government and the way that he ran his government, it was crony capitalist. It was not, they lived a crony capitalist lifestyle and they subjected the populace to this communist lifestyle that was really just a front for them to funnel massive amounts of money to themselves and their friends. That's not communism. So right, but Stalinism is always lumped in with communism because it had its roots maybe in communism, or at least communist thought. But I don't think that pure communism has ever really been tried anywhere. Maybe on a small scale amongst people, but really they're not communists because those people are more than likely on land that's claimed by some other government or another. So they're living under the rules and at the behest of some other government. I don't think that pure state communism has ever been tried, and I don't think it would work. I think for the reasons why Stalinism didn't work, it won't work. Because I think that it's too susceptible to corruption at the top levels. It allows too much for a Putin or a Stalin or, a Mao Zedong to rise to power, who's looking to use this communist ideology as a cloak to just fill their pockets with wealth. And that's not what communism is about. So do I have a political identity? I guess. I mean, I don't really believe that the way that we're doing things, and when I say that the way that we're doing things, I mean globally, this kind of tribalist separation of people based on the geography that they happened to be shat out of their mother's vagina on, and all of these different types of government that have kind of sprung up in these. I don't agree with any of them. I don't look at any of them and see the ideal. I think we need a new idea. We need a new, people always seem to talk about political ideologies like, well, here's what we can talk about: communism, socialism, capitalism, totalitarianism, despotism, fascism. And I'm wondering why we've kind of given up on a new idea. Now, I'm not a smart enough guy to create that idea, to have all the pieces necessary to create that idea, but I don't see why more people aren't talking like that. Why are we looking to the past and trying different fucking political ideas? Like, look, maybe we pull from those ideas. Like, maybe we do. Maybe we look at National Socialism, and we look at communism, and we look at totalitarianism, and we look at capitalism and democracy and representative democracy, and we look at, democratic socialist states, and we look at monarchies, and we take the good things from those things. We pull from those things, but why do we need to allow those things to be the guidebook for how we go forward? Why can't there be a new idea, a new way of thinking about how we deal with one another as a species? That's what I advocate for. That's what I'm hoping people smarter and more capable than I are working on now. Something new. Why does being libertarian not work? Because libertarians rely once again too much on the goodwill of people. They say, hands off, and allow me to settle my disputes with people on my own and keep the government out of my business. But when people are allowed to have the government out of their business, they get up to things that are bad for society. There's no regulation. There's no baseline understanding that this company cannot pollute here. This company cannot fill this river with garbage because downriver there's a fishing industry that relies on this. And on top of that, polluting rivers isn't what we should be doing in the fucking first place. It's a fantasy ideology based on the goodwill of human beings. If you just free humanity from the shackles of government intervention and regulation, people will just settle naturally into an equilibrium with one another. No, that's not human beings. That's not how people work. So, maybe it is the fucking apocalypse. Libertarianism is a fantasy because when people work things out, pollution happens. No, dude. No. Libertarianism is a fantasy because it assumes that people are reasonable and that they can work out their differences between one another without regulation and intervention from an overseeing governmental body. And that's not true. Do you feel that it's unfair that juries and judges are allowed to see the plaintiff, defendant, and know irrelevant details about them when it creates biases against them? Irrelevant details. What's irrelevant? See, that's the problem. Like when you're on trial for a crime, there are rules and regulations as to what is germane to the case and what isn't. So I don't know if you have this idea that lawyers are allowed to just drag completely irrelevant information in front of the jury. That's not the case. There are strict rules of evidence that, all of this stuff is worked out before. Discovery packages are shared amongst the prosecution and the defense so that there's no surprise evidence. There's no, and they argue about this for weeks sometimes pre-trial, getting what is evidence and what isn't established before the trial ever begins, before the jury ever hears a single word of testimony. So I'm not sure what you're talking about when you say irrelevant information is allowed to creep into the courtroom. I support the Thalmor. I do, dude. I support them. And I hope that they take Tamriel back under the capable hands of the High Elves. Oh, man. Cloud disappear. Cloud disappear. Cloud disappear. Oh, yeah, dude. Sweet mother, send your child unto me, for the sins of the unworthy must be baptized in blood and fear. Sweet mother, send your child unto me, for the sins of the unworthy must be baptized in blood and fear. Sweet mother, bring your child unto me, for the sins of the unworthy must be baptized in blood and fear. Hail, Sithis. Okay, sorry about that, guys. I got a phone call, and it was Ashley, and I always pick up Ashley's phone calls. Did you listen to some of the new Gorillaz tracks? Not yet. How am I doing today? I'm doing okay, man. Thank you for asking. Where's Ashley? I don't know, dude. No, she's at work. She is at work. Are you with Ashley or not? Yes. Ashley is at work. She works at Jamba Juice across the street. She gets off at 4:30, but by that time I'll be up in the studio prepping for the show. And then after the show I'll come home and Ashley and I will spend time together. She make it a juice. She make it a juice. I don't know how one juices a Jamba personally. Favorite Rick and Morty episode? I don't know that I have seen enough Rick and Morty to have a favorite yet. The one that I really liked was one where they spent most of the time in the waiting room watching the Infinite TV. Like they were in like a hospital waiting room, and most of the episode is just them sitting in the lobby watching the Infinite TV. So I liked that one. Why, hello, Sam. It's my favorite band. I don't know, man. Some of my favorite bands, I like Nine Inch Nails. I like Ween. I like Nirvana. So I think those would probably be the top 3, my trifecta. Tool might float around in there somewhere, though. I don't know. I like the Screaming Trees, yeah. Do I smoke marijuana? No, sir. No, sir, officer, I don't. I'm into, like, older punk. Somebody asked me that earlier. I like, Sex Pistols and the Ramones, and but like newer stuff, not really my thing anymore. Am I scared of meth and other hard drugs? I'm not really scared of them. I've tried a lot of them. Best South Park episode? Which one did I laugh the hardest at? It's been a long time. Like, I've been tuned out of South Park for a while because I really liked the show when the universe reset at the end of every episode. When they started doing these seasonal, like long drawn out seasonal things, the show lost a lot of its magic for me. So I really liked the Scientology episode. I thought that one was pretty fucking funny. R. Kelly singing to Tom Cruise in the closet and shit. So, yeah. I kind of fell out of the whole South Park thing. Do you like any classic heavy metal bands? I listen to Iron Maiden, Judas Priest, Anthrax, and I don't know. I enjoy those bands, but I'm not really into them. I'd be a liar if I told you I was like, yeah, Motorhead, sure. Don't really like death metal either. I like kind of like prog metal. Mastodon is my favorite metal band, so there you go. Mastodon sucks. There it is. Stoner metal. I've never listened to Stone Jesus, and I don't really know much about the genre, so. Yeah, I like Mastodon. If Catholics brought back the Crusades to eliminate Islam like they did back in the day, would you support them? Wouldn't it be great? Cool guy emoji. Yes. Do you have dick stank? I'm going to turn this filter off because clearly we're not doing balls deep anymore. We're asking about dick stank. Dick stank is now the topic. So we'll turn off the balls deep because now we're talking about dick stank. So let's talk about dick stank. Does my dick stink? No. I showered this morning and my dick probably smells like soap and cleaning product and a little bit of man musk. Okay? Can my dick stink? I'm sure I do get a little bit of stink dick. I am tired. I didn't sleep for shit. But I never present a stinky dick to a person. You know what I mean? If somebody's going to be dealing with my dick, it's going to be nice and fresh and clean, and it's going to smell good. And that's all there is to it. Did I scrub my back? I don't know. I don't think I did. We have one of those little shoopy loofies, I think, but I didn't use it. So I guess my back is filthy. Do you like camping and fishing? You live in a good state for it. I like fishing and I like camping in small doses. I'll probably do some camping. I'd like to go explore up by Mount Rainier and stuff this summer. Yeah, Peter the faggot, come wash my back, dude. Yeah, you can hop in the shower with me, no homo, Peter the faggot, and wash my back, dude, no homo. If I drop the soap, you better not, you know what I'm talking about, Peter. You're just there to wash my back. Would you consider being a voice actor? Yeah. Certainly it would, it'd be a fun job, but I don't know how to break into that industry, nor do I know that I'm talented enough to do so, and I've never really pursued it. But my new channel is going to be kind of focused on a lot of, voice acting style stuff. So I guess I'll see. I really hope by then that I've found a vape so that I can stop running so much flour through my fucking lungs and take care of my voice a little better. When did I turn into a hermit? 2016? How do you feel about the genre of porn known as fuda? I don't know. I know it exists. Somebody sent me a bunch of fuda in the mail to the DPPO box. It's not my thing. Is it okay when the fuda fucks a chick? Yeah, that's cool. I'm cool with that. You don't play... I don't really play Magic anymore. No, not really. How come faggots are so gay? I don't know, dude. I've been asking them that for fucking years, dude. Why are you so gay, faggots? And they're just like, ah. And they just do something faggoty. And I'm just like, well... Is Heideology a shared channel now? Yeah, it is. With that, I am going to end the stream. Thank you guys for watching both of the dueling streams today. Have a nice day, and I'll catch you guys later. Gotta go prep for the show. So I'll see some of you tonight.